The mirror at Myrtles Plantation. The location of a former plantation home found in Louisiana is often reported by the locals and paranormal researchers as one of the most haunted houses in the United States. Surrounding the land are numerous tales and local myths that report strange and violent histories that many people believe contributed to the property's terrible hauntings. One such myth is that of the cursed mirror at the Myrtles Plantation. According to the legend, many years ago when the home was still an operating plantation with a variety of slave families, there were many slaves of whom practiced black magic and voodoo spells. These were used to help them in their goals. One night as the owners of the plantation home were preparing for a meal, one of the workers had created a special concoction to poison the family, and slipped the poison into the owner's food during their meal. The entire family began complaining of terrible aches and pains, and all passed away shortly thereafter. This was not enough for the angered worker. It said they grabbed hold of one of the mirrors they used as vanity, and performed a special ritualistic ceremony to trap the souls of the family inside the large mirror. Oddly enough, one of the mirrors believed to have been used by the family many years ago and found in the home tucked away in the back room is often reported at the centre of the hauntings for anyone of whom lives at the residency. Many people have reported seeing handprints against the mirror, as if someone had been resting their hand against it, only before shortly disappearing without any marks or fingerprints. Strange markings and symbols will often appear as well, with no explanation before shortly disappearing. One such owners have even gone as far as claiming that they've once seen figures dressed in old-fashioned clothes standing in the reflection and screaming to be let out. The mirror still resides at the old Myrtles Plantation to this day. The Screaming Woods of Pluckley. Referred to across the United Kingdom as the most haunted village, Pluckley Village located in Kent has become synonymous with being a gateway to the other world. Located next to Pluckley Village is that of the Daring Forest, referred to by locals as the Screaming Woods. This is due to the sounds of screams that can be heard all throughout the day and night. According to a number of research articles in the region, there appears to be more than 40 different spirits, each with their own territories and behaviours that inhabit the small village, with the majority of these spirits displaying dark and violent characteristics. Many believe that these spirits are tied to the village's dark and violent past, including the death of a number of highwaymen in the region, old military leaders and several human sacrifices due to the recovery of an ancient Neolithic site. Many have reported that this site gives off a strange electromagnetic energy. Locals have begun to theorize that perhaps this ancient Neolithic site acts like a gateway, connecting the spirit world with our natural world, and forcing those of whom pass away in the forest to stay trapped there for eternity, playing out their past life on repeat for all time. Interestingly, it appears that according to the locals, not all the spirits inhabiting the Screaming Woods of Pluckley are evil, with some reports featuring witness accounts of helpful spiritual entities. Among the reported spirits is that of the White Dog, of which many people believe is a protector spirit helping to guard the village from evil entities. Other darker entities include the Hanging Schoolmaster, the Highwayman, the Black Horse, the Lady in White and the Screaming Man. The Black Forest in Germany. With the name Black Forest, it's no wonder that dark rumours and legends of supernatural occurrences have been reported from this location. Located in southwestern Germany along the Rhine River, these legends span across eons and mythologies, as the Black Forest has also been the background setting for a number of German fairy tales, children's stories, local German fairy tales and so on. Additionally, the Black Forest in Germany has been rumoured to be filled and populated with a countless variety of supernatural entities, such as that of werewolves, witches, sorcerers, elves, dwarfs and other mythological beasts. As you can imagine with such varied reports, this dense forest filled with pine trees is often regarded with an air of atmosphere of magical proportions. Interestingly, in 1794 a book titled The Necromancer was published, regarding real-world incidents surrounding the forest at the time in the late 1700s. It also goes into the reasonings and cause of mass disappearances, hauntings and dark magic from the location of the Black Forest. The book detailed vast information and local rumours, and even to this day people have reported seeing strange things. One creature that's commonly seen here by the locals is a small humanoid. It's been described as being around 2 feet tall, and is said to be able to perform magic in the region. However, it is said that if they're taken out of the forest they won't be able to perform magic. The site can still be visited today, but stay vigilant as the forest is still responsible for modern day disappearances and paranormal sightings of wandering spirits. The Devil's Tramping Ground. Out in North Carolina, locals of the area found an unexplainable region of the nearby forest, and it seems to deny all logic and reasoning. The area is referred to as the Devil's Tramping Ground, as it appears to be completely devoid of growth of any kind, similar to that scene of a large animal or beast stomping around in a circle without rest. The strange and mysterious 40-foot ring of compacted black soil has been the talk of local legends since the discovery, and it's said to have been here since the beginning. It can be found right beside Silver City, located in North Carolina. The local residents claim that almost every night if someone visits this odd and mysterious location, you will be able to see a dark spirit stomping on the ground in anger, and leading to the region's black and compacted state. The location is so strange that even North Carolina State Department of Agriculture has spent years taking samples of the soil, but is yet to come up with an explanation for why the 40-foot radius is completely devoid of life of any kind. Experts originally believed that perhaps there was a more scientific approach to the whole situation, believing that perhaps a lack of nutrients in the soil, or a spawning ground for insects could be the reason for the black and compacted state. Studies came back inconclusive to any of those results, and by the standards of the test held by the North Carolina State Department of Agriculture, the soil should be some of the most fertile soil in the region. Today, experts are still uncertain as to what could be causing this black and compacted soil, and many paranormal investigators have stayed out most nights to watch the region, but failed to spot anything supernatural or paranormal causing the Devil's Tramping Ground. This means that the entire region, both forested and trampled, appears to harbour a strange phenomenon that is unexplained in the world of science. The Hairy Hounds of Dartmoor. Found in Dartmoor in the English county of Devon, there resides a strip of road that's become so notorious for its number of annual traffic accidents that a large portion of the local residents claim it to be at the centre of an impossible to explain supernatural phenomenon. This phenomenon has become known as the Hairy Hounds of Dartmoor. The strip of road featuring these accidents rests along the road between Post Bridge and 2 bridges, with many of the victims claiming that it was not until they entered onto this road that a strange and impossible to explain event would take place. The victims often reported that seemingly out of nowhere, it would feel as if the steering wheel was being pulled in a specific direction, as if someone or something grabbed onto the steering wheel and attempted to throw them off the road. Despite these numerous reports from the victims, it wasn't until the first reports began surfacing surrounding that of the victims, claiming to have seen ghostly severed hands grabbing onto their steering wheel before crashing and passing out, that the locals began to connect the dots of the paranormal aspect of this occurrence. This soon led to many claiming the accidents were the result of some ghostly figure or a pair of hands attempting to drive people off the road, a theory that would later be tested to a certain level of success. Journalist and author Rufus Endell said the following: "A pair of hands grabbed the steering wheel and I had to fight for control. Shortly after driving away from the road, the hands disappeared as quickly as they first appeared, leaving Mr. Endell with the feeling that the road itself was the haunted location of the hairy hands." Even to this day, reports are still coming out of this area, with some saying the hairy hounds are still trying to scare people off the road. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.